Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the characters that I think have the best chance or the best probability of returning in the next Grand Theft Auto game, like GTA 6. So before we get this started, a couple things I do need to point out. There's obviously been no confirmed characters for GTA 6. That's why I'm making a video like this, because it is so open-ended. And it does allow you to explore so many different options and possibilities. Number two, we do have to sort of follow Rockstar's rules of the universes. The way the universes work, Rockstar will only allow characters from the HD universe to go into the other HD universe games. So that would eliminate pretty much any character from GTA 3, Vice City, or San Andreas. So as cool as it would to be to see someone like CJ or someone like Tommy Vercetti or Claude return in the next Grand Theft Auto game, it's highly unlikely that that would happen based off of the rules that Rockstar sort of implement and that Rockstar sort of put in place. Now, there are some exceptions, which we will sort of talk about in this video, but that's sort of the second thing we need to talk about. And the number three thing is it has to be logical. So I'm going to eliminate characters that are really old, that have the potential to die or do die in the games, because obviously that logically wouldn't make sense. A dead character isn't going to become a vampire and become back to life, and we won't see them in the next game. So with out of the way, let's not waste any more time and let's jump straight into this. The first character that I think is most definitely going to be in the next Grand Theft Auto game is Laszlo Jones. So little fun fact about Laszlo Jones, he has been in every Grand Theft Auto game since GTA 3. Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas. He's been in Liberty City Stories, Grand Theft Auto 4. He's been in GTA 5. So I think it's pretty obvious to say that this guy Laszlo is going to be involved in the next Grand Theft Auto game. Now, I'm not sure in what capacity he will be involved in, whether he will return in physical form like he did in GTA 5, or whether he will only be a radio voice or sort of a background character like he was in Grand Theft Auto 4 in previous titles. I'm not sure. All I know is Laszlo is one of the funniest characters of all time, so no matter what role he plays, it's definitely going to be a welcome one and one that I would definitely like to see. So that is probably the best bet for the most likely character to make a return. Obviously, when someone's in every GTA game, there's a good chance they'll be in the next one also. All right, moving on to the second character today, and that is Martin Madrazo. So this one might actually surprise you a little bit, but Martin Madrazo, I think, would fit perfectly for the next GTA game. So one of the reasons I think he works so well is he actually doesn't die at the end of the game. For one of the guys that does appears to be the villain, he actually doesn't die, which is actually quite convenient for him making a reappearance in the next game. Another reason why I think he could work so well is he is the head of his own Mexican-American drug cartel, which is obviously incredibly powerful, making him very wealthy. And in case you guys weren't up to speed on sort of the latest leaks for Grand Theft Auto 6, apparently it's going to be called Project Americas, and it's going to have us traveling between Miami, which is Vice City, and South America, dealing in what I would assume would be some drug cartel, illegitimate business. And who better to run some sort of operation like that than Martin Madrazo? I mean, I feel like he would be perfect for that. And it also sort of allows us to tie up loose ends with Martin Madrazo because we were never able to kill him during the campaign, which again is, you might find a little bit unfortunate. I don't know. To me, he seems like the perfect bad guy to make a return because his role was important in GTA 5, but it was kind of small. So I'd like to see him get more involved. I feel like that would be really, really awesome. All right, moving on. Our third character today is Karen Daniels. So if you don't know who Karen Daniels is, she's actually an IAA agent that works with you in GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, just like Martin Madrazo also works with your character in Grand Theft Auto Online 2. Now, you might remember her from GTA 4, where she was an undercover IAA agent who actually became Nico Bellic's girlfriend as Michelle. And in GTA 5, she has just gone full IAA agent. She isn't hiding anymore. And she makes a lot of references to working with the characters and getting involved with them. And she doesn't have a ending either. She isn't killed. She isn't, run off anywhere in particular. So I think that there's a good chance she could make a return, because you would think if we are involved in some sort of drug trade or some sort of illegitimate business that the IAA would get involved, no matter if it's in Vice City or if it's in Los Santos. And I also feel like she is kind of a loose end as well. A lot of people are really upset with Karen Daniels because of what she did to Nico Bellic. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to get revenge in the GTA series on her, and obviously would like to take her out. And I feel like she would be a really good character to return, even if it is in a pretty minor role. Now, the next character, number 4 on our list today, Lester Crest. So Lester is kind of the guy behind the scenes of all the GTA 5 characters, and I feel like in some capacity he's going to return in GTA 6 and do something very, very similar. I don't know what he could provide. The only thing that has me a little bit unsure of Lester and his ability to return is actually his wasting disease that he has in GTA 5. So I'm actually not too sure like how long Lester has until his disease fully takes over, but he is a huge asset. We see him in Grand Theft Auto Online, working with the Doomsday Heist. We see him obviously in single player. So I feel like heists are going to become the staple of GTA games. In GTA 4, we had one main heist mission. In GTA 5, we had 3 or 4. So I would imagine the next game there would be likely an equal amount, probably more actually coming out into the game. And you would assume that Lester in some capacity would either be an Easter egg or would help you through that, or maybe he just shows up in some way, shape, or form. I feel like he would be very valuable for doing missions and whatnot, so that's why I could see him being added. The next character I'd like to see is Brucey Kibbutz. So I feel like Brucey could work because he's such a weird journeyman. So if you remember Brucey from GTA 4, he owned his own garage, he was addicted to steroids or bull shark testosterone, and he was a pretty main character. And then he comes to Los Santos and he never makes any physical appearances. He just calls you on the phone telling you, he's got great bull shark offers. And I feel like if it does involve Project Americas and it does have you going to South America and Miami, I feel like Brucey in some way, shape, or form would get caught up in the bull shark testosterone trade, and it would lead him to Vice City. And he kind of has a Vice City vibe to him. I really want to see more of Brucey. It is kind of a shame that he was never really featured in GTA 5, but instead was just more of a showman for a feature in bull shark testosterone. Now, we haven't talked about any of the protagonists, and while I think it's unlikely that Michael, Trevor, or Franklin would make a return, I do think it's possible to see maybe some of the other protagonists from Grand Theft Auto 4. In particular, I'm thinking of Tony Prince and Luis Lopez. So if we are going to Vice City, obviously Luis Lopez sort of has a vibe that would work really well there. He could also work on building the nightclub scene. If he did end up expanding it with another character that I actually think could return, Yusuf Amir, he would be a really cool character to return in Vice City. I mean, Yusuf Amir, does he not scream Vice City and sort of that new age vibe? I feel like he would absolutely be perfect for something like that. And it kind of ties into what they said at the end of the game, that those two would end up franchising the Bahama Mamas nightclubs. And the final character I could see returning, maybe not necessarily in a major way, but like just showing up and being there, is Tony Prince. So when we saw him at the end of the game in GTA 4, it was pretty clear he wanted to get out of the nightclub business, but he also said he wanted to move away from the world he was in right now, nightclubs, of crime, the big city. So I feel like he's going to be one of those characters that we like see for one mission and one mission only. Sort of what happened to Johnny Klebitz in GTA 5. Not necessarily saying that like gay Tony Prince is going to get his head stomped in by one of the main characters like what happened to Johnny, but I feel like that might be the story for him. He might make like one mission appearance and that would be it. And honestly, that would be fine. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I know he probably doesn't deserve like a huge role just because of how old he would be at the time and really like what sort of value would he provide. But at the end of the day, he is Tony Prince. He is awesome. He's the king of nightclubs. So I'd love to see him make an appearance in the next GTA game. But anyways, that right there is my prediction on what I think are the most probable characters to make an appearance in GTA 6. Now, I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments down below, but you've got to remember the rules that sort of Rockstar have in place. No one from the 3D universe is going to show up, and you've also kind of have to use your logic here. Like, no one that's really old or that has the potential to die in game already is likely going to show up. And there's really not a chance that one of the other protagonists like Michael is just going to show up, or Trevor. That'd be kind of awkward in my opinion. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, opinions more down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.